Wednesday morning, and our guest for the morning is here. Good morning to Charlie Brooker.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Trying to deal with the fact that it's the morning.
Right. Do you not do mornings? Do you not like it?
Well, I'm not great at mornings, but now I've got two young kids. I don't really get much say in the matter.
What time are they up?
They get up at, well, one of them, now they're getting up at normal o'clock, like sort of 7.
That's all right.
I was awake before them. But one of them went through a habit of getting up at 5 a.m. and sneaking downstairs and playing video games.
I like that.
Which was slightly terrifying. It just
Very terrifying. Because what time do you put them to bed? Because my friends who've got kids are always like, oh, they're up at 5. And I'm like, yeah, you put them to bed whilst the One show's on. They've had like 10 hours sleep.
Yes, but they're little humans. They need that you put them to bed really early and they get up they get up at 7. That's just what they're like. They're irritating. You have to put them to bed at 7. The earlier you put them to bed, the sooner you are free.
You're like, it's 4 p.m. Night. I guess it's great with the winter nights drawing in. You can get them in bed about 3:15.
Yeah, just lock the door.
Yeah.
That's bad parenting.
Really bad parenting, yeah. We've got to talk about Black Mirror because it's back on the television. Well, it's on Netflix.
Yeah,
it's made the change.
Yeah, it's made the shift. So it's in the cloud, I suppose you'd say now. It's not just on television, is it? It's on screens.
Yeah.
It's on devices.
It's on devices or your tablet. Yeah. You're kind of like the Paul Hollywood of highbrow great television.
What
with
does
the change.
that mean?
Well, he went from BBC One to Channel 4.
Yes.
You've gone from Channel 4 to Netflix.
Yes.
Do you feel like Paul Hollywood?
No, because no, because the Channel 4 told us to go and get co-funding from the Americans, and we did. We didn't. It wasn't like Netflix came out and said, "Here's a check," and waved it, and we ran away towards it, going, "Bye, Channel 4." It wasn't that at all. So no. I don't know quite what happened there. No. Channel 4 told us to go and get American co-funding. We went out and found it, and then they couldn't work creatively with Netflix, so it was sort of. And also, they needed the money, didn't they, Channel 4, for that tent for him to live in on his own.
15 million quid, that tent.
Yeah. Hope it's just 10 weeks of him on his own, waiting for bakers to show up. That would be amazing.
That would be great TV. That would be incredible TV. But I watched an episode, I had a little link that I could watch last night. So I got to see the Nosedive episode.
Good.
And it immediately, and this is why Black Mirror is great, because it makes you think. Like, usually you watch television as sort of, well, a lot of television.
To not think.
Well, yeah, you watch it as an escape. If you've been at work all day, you think, oh, I'll just watch this nonsense. But Black Mirror always makes me think and talk about things, which is why we love it. And it immediately changed my routine, because usually this one's all about social media and all about like how obsessed with your phones are and what people think of you via social media. And when I woke up this morning, normally I wake up and I go straight on my phone, like one-eyed open. And I thought, I don't want to be like the lady in Nosedive. So I left it and I didn't do any social media.
For 37 seconds.
For 30. But I didn't do it till I got in the car, which is a good half hour.
Right.
Where usually I'm late for work every day because I'm seeing like, oh, they liked my picture.
Right.
But I mean, it does get quite ludicrous in Black Mirror. It gets like to the next level, but it's not a million miles away from what's going on right now.
No, it's always it's a sarcastic version of now.
Yeah.
Usually. Yes, and in that episode it's Bryce Dallas Howard plays a character called Lacey, and it's a world in which everyone and everything is constantly ranked out of 5. And so she becomes absolutely obsessed with projecting it's kind of like a bland Stepford Wives kind of world. That she's living in there. So hopefully, well, if it gets under your skin, that's presumably good.
Yeah,
I think good.
So. Yeah, I really, really loved it, and Fifi saw it as well, and Fifi loved it as well. That was her favourite. But
so that's two 5-star rankings, presumably.
So you're happy, like Bryce is in the actual show?
Yes, I suppose. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't really experience emotions like happiness. So I suppose what I'm experiencing is a brief absence of despair.
Right. Great. Well, that's literally our tagline for the Radio 1 Breakfast Show. Charlie Brooker is here if you want to say hello this morning, 81199. I have an incredible question from our previous guest, Jess Glynn.
Okay.
That I want to put to you after this.
Right.
Wednesday morning, Charlie Brooker is here. Good morning.
Good morning again.
Good morning again. I've missed you. Black Mirror is going to be available on Netflix this coming Friday. I saw one last night, Nosedive, which I was advised to see by wonderful Fifi, and she was right. It's a proper great show. I really, really loved it and got into my brain and everything. But there are a few things that we want to talk about, which we're going to get into in a second. Mm-hmm. But first, I thought I'd hit you with quite a hard-hitting question.
Okay.
We were just joined on the show by Jess Glynn, the woman that has spawned 5 #1 singles. She sold millions of albums. And I was about to play a song, and she interrupted me because she wanted to ask a question. This was 100% genuine, and I feel like you are the guy that can answer this question.
Oh, my word. Okay.
So this is a little bit earlier on the Radio 1 Breakfast Show when Jess Glynn joined us on the show.
Can I ask a question? No.
Yeah, go on, what's up?
Am I allowed?
Yeah, go on.
But you wanted to start a song, didn't you?
I was going to play the vamps, but go on, what do you want to know?
What is Ed Balls?
As a genuine question that happened on the Radio 1 Breakfast Show before. What is Ed Balls?
What is Ed Balls?
What is Ed Balls? I swear.
When I say honey.
Oh, hang on, that was Honey G. I don't know what happened there, but a real-life question from Jess Glynn.
What is Ed Balls?
There's no way to get a foothold on that question, is there? I mean, where do you start? Did you draw her a picture? No. Or do a mime? Would probably be the best thing to do at the moment, wouldn't it? It was kind of flailing mime.
Question. What is Ed Balls? I think it's the question of the day, that one. I think that is incredible. I wanted to talk to you because you did an episode that was similar on Black Mirror. It's kind of similar to, like, you know, the X Factor or like reality talent TV shows, 15 Million Merits.
Yes.
Do you like watch all of these shows, I guess, for like research or enjoyment or hatred? do you sit down and watch Strictly and X Factor and see all of that?
I don't watch most of the talent shows because I feel like I've seen every single episode that has ever been or ever will be. And so I kind of avoid them just through familiarity. I often have to watch them when I'm doing, like, if I'm doing my wipe shows or I'm doing an end of year show that's coming up, so I'll have to watch some of it at some point, so I know I'll put it off and watch it then. I do watch things like The Bake Off and The Apprentice. I'm sort of a sucker for those. I did watch Ed Balls doing the Charleston.
What is Ed Balls?
Yeah, and that's what was going around in my head. While, in fact, he did deconstruct my notion of what Ed Balls is during that dance. So that's actually a very deep question you're asking there.
Well, you don't even have time for it because we're off air at 10. We can't get into it. Yeah, and we wanted to ask you as well. You had a wonderful prediction about David Cameron. Do you have any predictions for Theresa May?
I don't know. Maybe she'll develop a personality.
Wow.
That would be quite shocking. Because I haven't really... I mean, I've been very busy and I haven't really been paying that much attention to what's been going on. But so I keep... I was in reception somewhere the other day and looked up and there was, like, the rolling news and it came and it showed Theresa May and I sort of jerked with astonishment that she's the Prime Minister. I'd forgotten.
I keep forgetting.
I'd forgotten.
It's not great that we keep forgetting.
No. So I've got to do an end of year show, which means I'm going to have to catch up on all of the news that I've sort of missed. So I'll probably have to make my predictions then. I'm sure it probably wouldn't be a pleasant prediction.
I saw a show last night on Channel 4, I don't know if you saw it, and it was all about people's faces and how you judge people from the shape of their faces.
At least they're doing a show about people's faces.
Yeah, it was great. But they were saying that she has the most competent face in politics. Like, the people judge that she is the most competent. There's no scientific proof, but that's what the general public feel. Theresa May is the most competent-looking person.
Well, that's something.
That's
Where did Ed Balls come in there? Or is it just people going...
What is Ed Balls?
People in the street is like, what is Ed Balls? What's going on? I guess this year, like, British politics has been so intense and so crazy and changing day to day. I bet when you're trying to spoof it, you're like, we don't really need to do it because it's sort of mad already.
It's genuinely... tricky to get everything so polarised and extreme at the moment. I miss a few years ago when everything was meh.
Right.
Do you remember that when everyone said everything meh? Yeah. Everything's and now everything's brilliant or awful according to them. And there's sort of it's everything. I think it's because on social media you're encouraged to perform an extreme and strident opinion, and it means there's very little middle ground there. Yeah.
And I guess characters like Donald Trump I mean, if you wrote that for an episode of Black Mirror, you'd be like, that's overwritten.
Yeah,
that's
no,
too much.
there's no way you'd stop at the hair. You know what I mean? You'd start describing him. He looks like an experimental pig man with this, bizarre sort of candy flock, hair like a gas, that sort of, a cloud that's collected around the mountain of his head.
It's like gas.
You wouldn't. We did an episode. We did a Black Mirror episode in a previous series about a cartoon bear that runs for Office, and it was a comedy character that becomes an anti-political mascot. And one of the criticisms at the time was, well, people wouldn't really vote for that. It's too crude. It's ridiculous. And then you look at Trump and that kind of phenomenon, which is going on around the globe, and you think, oh, maybe it wasn't realistic.
Maybe the bear
enough.
had a chance.
Maybe the bear was in with a shot.
Maybe get the bear out.
It doesn't win in our episode. That's a spoiler. It came third.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so, but it discredited the entire process just simply by taking part. No, I find Trump slightly terrifying.
Yeah, just slightly.
Yeah.
They spoke about his face last night on the Face programme on Channel 4.
What did
they mainly said? It's really weird. They were like, it's very weird.
Right.
Yeah.
What is Donald Trump?
What is Donald Trump?
That's a better question to ask.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Maybe today we go out and we ask this question to people in the street.
What is Ed Balls?
I would be up for that if we could do that today after the show.
I want to see what shapes their mouths pull as they start to answer that question. Because that's one where you don't know what to do with your face when somebody asks you that.
Yeah, it's the what. I think who is Ed Balls would be a fine question. It's the what.
What is Ed Balls is a brilliant question. I'm still debating that. I'm sure he is.
Yeah, he's at home practicing his rumba, wondering that himself. And well, Black Mirror is going to be available on Netflix from Friday. There's going to be. Are they all going up at once? Like all 6 episodes go?
They all go up. They don't like us to say drop. They all get published. They all appear.
Yeah.
They materialise.
Yes.
Around the world in one instant. That's
wow.
What's weird. Literally, somebody pulls a lever or something.
And it just happens.
It's just there. It's like having a magic cupboard in your house.
Well, a lot of people are excited about this. Mark from Bristol's been on. He's super excited about it as well. As is Beth. Sophie says, I'm obsessed with Charlie Brooker. So happy to hear him on Radio 1 this morning. Counting down the days so I can fill the Black Mirror-shaped hole in my heart.
There's not many days to count.
Yeah,
luckily.
One. Tomorrow.
Count down the hours. That would be more useful.
Well, thank you, Charlie. Thank you for coming in. And everyone, make sure you check out Black Mirror, available in the ether on Netflix from Friday.